Aloha, it's 11:20 p.m. or 11:20 a.m. on Wednesday, April 24th. I'm about to go into Hawaii's Career Expo. I'm pretty nervous. I'm feeling kind of upbeat. The nerves were really kicking in earlier on this drive. I got to mellow out a bit, sipping on some sparkling water, listening to one of my favorite songs, Jump by Van Halen. It really just got me into the groove. I set a ceiling goal of making at least 3 connections in the expo in there, and to take breaks in between, passing out resumes, and I'm meeting a friend in there so I can co-regulate with him. And I haven't been to a career expo like this since 2017. So it's been 7 years since college when I went to one of these, and I usually dreaded it because I always felt like it was outright rejection all over the place. So usually this is not what I like to do. It's out of my comfort zone, definitely at the edge of my of what I like to do usually. So here we go. I'm gonna go regulate my nervous system in the Hawaii Career Expo. Woo woo! We'll see how it goes. Aloha, Jen here, made it back from the Hawaii Career Expo. Whew, that was an experience. It was a success. I went in with the intention of connecting with at least 3 people, and I wanted to try to stay for at least an hour. Ended up staying for 2 hours, which is conveniently how long I paid for parking. Got in at 11:30 a.m., left at 1:30 a.m. There's 4 different things that I used from Nervous System Mastery that really made this experience far, far more enjoyable than this would have been for Jen in 2017 when I was a senior in college looking for a job at my last Career Expo. Back then I used to drink Monster and probably wasn't sleeping much because I would over-research all the companies and really doubted whether I was qualified for anything. Really did not have great experiences. Tried to apply to accounting firms, the big 4, they'd say, take your resume back. You don't have a 3.5 GPA or higher. There's no point even applying to this. So I really have some kind of scarring experiences from going to career expos in the past, where just getting flat out rejected in front of a lot of others and just feeling unqualified, like an imposter, and just really incompetent at life. So this was a lot different. I didn't even print out my own resume. I met my friend Cassidy there. He printed out 10 resumes for me. I came just trusting that my presence and my skills and being able to speak well of the stories of my experiences in my professional life this is all enough, and I don't need to overthink anything. I can just show up, and that was my goal. I also got 4 pens or new writing utensils, so that was a win that I wasn't expecting. But getting back to the root or the takeaways from how I applied nervous system mastery principles to this. The first is that when you go into an expo, this big, it feels like a warehouse. It has all these tables lined up next to each other, and a lot of the people approach you, and it feels rude to reject them and not want to, someone came up and was like, apply to the judiciary branch, be a lawyer, and I'm like, that's not me, but sure, I'll take your brochure. And it's really easy for people to just try to grab your attention, and it's just you want to be polite, or at least I want to be polite, but I really started to be more devoted to my needs and be I'm gonna go pause. I just talked to someone for 5 to 10 minutes at one booth. I'm going to take a breath, jot down some notes of how I'm feeling and who I just talked to and what that job was, and just try to pause and take some breaths. So just some general box breathing is what I like doing, just 4 in and then holding 4 and then out. And I try to do that between every booth that I went to. I ended up connecting with 12 individuals at about 10 different booths, so it took about 10 mini breaks. The second nervous system tool I used was the ape exercise. So after every 30 minutes, I ended up going outside and I would just get some sunlight, take a break from all the stimulus, and just try to go inward a little bit and notice my experience. Some of the notes that I jot down of what I was aware of was all the sounds going on, all the smiling people passing me, the high ceiling that made the sounds all echo, the constant chatter, zero silence, the window lighting, the luminescent lighting above my eyes really made me feel like I was dilated in my pupils. There was a draft with wind and cold. It felt just like breezy. I was just wearing this. I didn't bring a sweater, so I was a little bit cold. Kept me alert. My feet were clammy and cold. I was wearing sandals. My hands were clammy as well when I was shaking hands, but I shook hands anyways. At the Department of Education, I got this kind of geeky tote, so I felt this sort of embarrassment of carrying that around, even though I didn't really want this tote. They just gifted it to me and were like, take it. My posture overall, I felt like I was hunched a lot. Like, I noticed I would go up to tables and kind of feel small, and then I would want to like expand myself to appear more confident, and then when I would leave, I'd end up feeling more hunched and small again because of just the energy getting sucked out of me. My emotions, so I ended up being quite hungry, even though I felt grateful. I ate some fried eggs and avocado before for my lunch right before, so very protein-packed meal, but I still felt just like drained, like envisioning like a flushing of a toilet and just like all of the water you had in the bowl just being sucked out of you. And I brought some fruit snacks. Wish I'd brought some healthier snacks. I ended up waking up with my period, and so I took some ibuprofen, and that was great until it wore off an hour into the expo, and I just felt a lot of pain in my lower stomach, and it really was unfortunate. I didn't bring any other ibuprofen. I don't like taking a lot of ibuprofen, but I just felt like I was trying to suppress that until I got home to really relax and just make it through. So was really grateful to be able to go outside and get fresh air and take breaks. And so doing the aware posture and emotion ape exercise was the second nervous system tool I used that really helped me feel set up for success. The third one was that I texted 2 friends to meet me there. So my friend Cassidy, he was there the first 30 minutes I was there. Then he skedaddled, but it was really great to go to the Peace Corps table with him. He loved the Peace Corps when he had that in the Dominican Republic. So to be able to feel like those emotions of like so much nostalgia and just excitement and enthusiasm from his experience was really great. And then being able to like debrief after every booth that we went to was really great. And then I was a lone wolf for a bit, making sure I was self-aware to go take breaks every now and then, instead of like being in the zone like my past self used to do, of going like boom, 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 going to every table like I did in college and just not taking any breaks. So but then also my friend Tom, he came, and after it was 2 hours, I texted him and we met out in the lobby and we did a debrief of reflecting on just how it went, and it was just so grounding to talk to someone else there who was also feeling the highs and the lows of everything going on in that room, in the space, and just it felt like my experience was so validated, like that he had also been feeling like overwhelmed and flustered and excited and sad and then happy and just like everything all at once. So was really grateful to have 2 co-regulators there that I felt safe around. And then the last part was that I allotted ample time for myself to rest after. I was completely on the drive home, so tired. I was like, can this red light just turn green immediately? I just really needed to get down and be horizontal ASAP. And when I got home, I ended up putting on Johnny's NSDR exercise, and then I woke up an hour later from that, so I was really I'm finally now not super groggy. So just like I don't think there's a way I could go into this and not need rest after it. I woke up this morning with on my Garmin with a sleep score of a 97 from last night, which that's really good. 97 out of 100, that's really great. And even when that happens, I still need naps later in the day usually. So I kind of just allow myself to feel my feelings and make my needs valid and take the nap, and doing the NSDR just really put me into the state of relaxation and kind of let all that stress of all these people who want me to apply to their jobs, like I can do that eventually, but right now is not the time. I'm really drained from even showing up, and I'm really grateful that today I went to the Hawaii Career Expo for 2 hours, connected with 12 people, got some resumes out there, promoted myself, and I feel like my nervous system is not as disheveled as it would be if I hadn't known these tools. So thank you, Johnny and Ocean and the community, for this experience. I felt like I am learning so much more about myself the more that I notice what's going on inside, what's going on outside, and this has been such a lovely experience. I look forward to continuing to deepen my nervous system practices in my life. And I got out there to a career expo today, so it's a good day. Mahalo and aloha.